didn't CNN just get a lawsuit over this? Look, he built an app that helps illegals dodge law enforcement. CNN gave him a round of applause. MSNBC is here calling him brave. And let's be honest, if you built an app that warned Americans about BLM riots, you'd be labeled a white supremacist overnight. But this is considered activism. I call it tech obstruction. So here's the real question. How much destruction does it take before we admit the left ain't stupid? They are strategic.
ICE raids are popping up across the country. In Portland, Oregon, a smoky scene outside a local ICE office. Protesters were in the streets until the early morning hours today. In downtown Los Angeles, hundreds spent their 4th of July skipping fireworks and picnics to rally outside the federal building. They're protesting ongoing immigration raids and the $170 billion that will now be going to ICE as part of President Trump's spending bill. And here in Washington, D.C., a group of demonstrators spent their 4th of July marching, carrying signs saying, "We are not okay." Joining us now is Joshua Aaron, the developer behind a new app called ICE Block, which allows people to share information about ICE sightings in their area. Josh, you launched this app back in April, and it encourages users to, quote, see something, tap something when they see ICE agents nearby. Can you explain how the app works and why you wanted to create it?
Absolutely. So I wanted to create it because when I saw what was happening in this country after reading Project 2025, after watching Trump's first administration and certainly hearing his campaign rhetoric on the trail for the second, I had to do something to fight back. And, you know, being raised in a Jewish household and growing up in that community, I had the opportunity to meet Holocaust survivors and learn all about the history of Nazi Germany and Hitler's rise to power. And when we see 5-year-olds in courtrooms without representation, when we see college students being disappeared for their political beliefs, and, you know, even worse, when we see babies being ripped from their mother's arms while they're screaming for their children in the name of patriotism and this country, I really think we're watching history repeat itself. And, you know, ICE Block was about the best way I could think of to fight back.
So, but on that note, I'm wondering, you know, does the app encourage anyone to do anything illegal?
Absolutely not. Our whole thing is inform, not obstruct. In fact, multiple times throughout the app, it says for informational purposes only. At no time are we encouraging violence. At no time are we encouraging any kind of interference with law enforcement.
And then watch what he says after this.
The idea of this is if you get a notification and you're walking down the street and it says, hey, ICE has been reported 4 blocks ahead of you, we encourage our users to turn left, turn around, keep yourself and your family safe, and avoid confrontation in the first place.
Well, and obviously it's resonating because the app climbed to the top of the App Store earlier this week. It's got 95,000 listed users as of Monday. Why do you think it's getting so popular so quickly, and is it working the way you intended? Are people doing what you say, you know, just using it to avoid, not engage, or cause violence?
Well, Christina, I'm going to correct the numbers there because I'm very happy to report that as of yesterday, we have 541,000 users across this nation. So I can't be happier with the amount of people that have accepted it and are using it, and it's growing every minute. You know, what can I say more than, you know, are they using it the way it should be? Yes, because that's the only way it can be used. This is a reporting tool. This is an early warning system. So in 2 taps, somebody can report an ICE sighting and alert those around them within a 5-mile radius. So to those who say this app is doxing somebody or this app is going to cause violence against law enforcement, there's literally no way to do that, right? So there's no way to dox somebody in the app because the term doxing is, you know, to reveal personal information about somebody. This is tap on the map. It brings up a sighting sheet already filled out for you. You tap the continue button and you're done.
Well, and I mean, unsurprisingly, the app has gotten some criticism from the Trump administration. Earlier this week, the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt and ICE Acting Director Todd Lyons called it out specifically, stating that officers and agents are already facing a 500% increase in assaults. I'm wondering what your reaction is to that statement. That 500 number has risen to 700% with 79 assaults this year versus 10 last year.
Well, you know, that's what they say. I don't have the actual figures, but I did an interview earlier this week, and the numbers were actually quite different. So first they started out with 400%, then it became 500%, now it's 700%. Maybe next week it'll be 5,000%. The way I heard the numbers was it was 41 assaults over the past 4 years, with some of those including such horrible things as brushing up against an officer with your forearm or patting them on the back. So I think it's more fear-mongering than anything else. I think they want to scare people into not using the app so that they can continue their mission to hurt our immigrant friends and neighbors.
Josh, are you not concerned that the administration might come after you personally for the development of this app?
I think whenever you push back against a regime that is purporting authoritarianism, pushing fascism, and subverting the rule of law in our Constitution, if you push back against them, you have to know they're going to come after you in some way. And I say, go ahead, come after me. You can demonize me all you want. You can demonize the app all you want. But the reality is it's protected speech under the First Amendment. There's nothing illegal about creating this app, and there's nothing illegal about using the app. We are not purporting violence against anybody. This is simply an early warning system. And if your viewers liken it to something easy to understand, think of Waze or think of Apple Maps. When you can report a speed trap up ahead, what do? You slow down when you see that warning. And this is the same kind of thing. So if you see a warning that ICE has been cited, just turn around and keep yourself and your family safe.
All right, Joshua Aaron, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And new questions about the timing in Trump's big spending legislation. Those
Cool. I mean, cool. Y'all heard what he said and how he contradicted himself? Look, that's not defiance. That's arrogance backed by protection. You think a conservative can say that on live TV about a tool that interferes with federal agents? Seriously, they'd be arrested before the segment ended. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm not lying. But he knows the truth. The left protects their pawns, especially the ones willing to break the law for their narrative. Now he's trying to sit here and frame it like, when you go after this regime, first he says it's this app that's neutral, it's completely legal, it's not obstructing violence. He keep pointing at violence, won't admit that it's not interfering with, obstructing ICE. My fault, I might have misspoke just a second ago. But yeah. Now, here's how CNN tries to make this look noble. Like this is some next-gen civil rights movement. Watch this propaganda.
When I saw what was happening in this country, I wanted to do something to fight back.
Joshua Aaron developed IceBlock. It's a free, crowdsourced app that alerts users when immigration and customs enforcement agents are spotted within a 5-mile radius of their location. Will you just sort of explain what IceBlock is and how it works?
Sure. So imagine if you're walking down the street and a notification comes up on your device that says ICE has been spotted 4 blocks ahead. Instead of continuing down that path, you can turn left or turn around and avoid the situation altogether.
Aaron grew up Jewish and has a background in tech, music, and activism. He says he sees parallels between the Trump administration's immigration crackdown and Nazi Germany.
We're literally watching history repeat itself. And so I thought, what if there was an early warning system? And that's what became IceBlock.
I'm looking at LA now. I'm seeing one in East Hollywood. And then as I zoom out, it's showing me a few others.
One of the core principles of the design of this app is 100% anonymity for our user base. As of today, we have 20,000 users. We're hoping to grow that 10 or 100 times, of course. But there is no sign-up process. There is no user data collected. There's no user data even captured by our app.
Do you have a way of verifying the accuracy of the reports that people are making on the platform?
We don't, but what we've done is put some safeguards in place so that people can't, for lack of a better word, spam the database. Every reported sighting is deleted in 4 hours' time, as you can only report within a 5-mile radius of your own location. Beyond that, we have a 5-minute limit. So when you report a sighting, you can't report another one for 5 minutes.
CNN reached out to ICE for comment about the app and Aaron's characterization of its enforcement actions. The agency did not respond. We have also seen the way that many big tech leaders have supported Trump, donated to him, showed up at the inauguration. But what you're doing is challenging the policies of the Trump administration. And I wonder what you would say to the other leaders and your colleagues in this industry.
I think I would say grow a backbone. You can't just be about the money. I understand that you have shareholders to report to. I understand that you have employees that need their paychecks. But at what point do you say enough is enough?
Let's call it what it is. Aiding and abetting. Not awareness. Not helping families as they keep trying to frame it. This app warns criminals on how to escape justice. Look, man, you ever see CNN promote an app that tells you what carjackings are happening in real time? Nope. It won't happen because that would expose the cities that they ruined. But this fits the narrative, so it's brilliant. But just in case you thought this was a one-time story, let me show y'all what's being considered the second app.
But what we're seeing now is not criminals being taken off our streets. We're seeing innocent families.
Ahmad Perez is founder of grassroots organization Islip Forward, which created an ICE tracker app to keep the community informed of ICE sightings in Suffolk County.
That will send a push notification as soon as we verify an ICE sighting in the community.
It includes where and when an apparent sighting took place, along with a photo. The most recent being Friday, 2 in Brentwood, 1 in Huntington.
Targeted stops at folks at businesses, at their homes, at places where they should feel safe.
He says they aim to get an alert out to app users within 10 minutes.
For folks who are going shopping, getting groceries, going to Target, that's enough time for them to consider going back home and protecting themselves and their family. But what we're seeing now is not criminals being...
2 apps, 2 major networks, same goal, block law enforcement. They say it's about keeping communities informed. No. It's about making sure the fugitives stay one step ahead. That's what I'm saying. And don't let them gaslight you. ICE isn't hunting moms with expired visas and all of these slogans that they want you to hold on to and dissect. They're catching traffickers, gang members, cartel runners, and these apps help them run. So ask yourself, if someone dies because ICE couldn't catch the murderer in time, who's responsible? Let me know in the comments. I really want to know an answer to that question. Because while the left is busy building escape plans, ICE, they look like they gearing up for war, man.
If you're an illegal immigrant that currently lives in the United States, you should watch this video. It's for you, okay? I don't think that you're in a winning situation. You're going to lose no matter what, okay? ICE is not going anywhere. Their budget is being tripled over the next 3 years, thanks to the recent bill that just passed, the big, beautiful bill, meaning that ICE is going to be the largest, if not one of the largest federal enforcement agencies in the country. What does that tell me? It tells me that America has changed the way that they think. They no longer want immigrants in the United States. The immigrants that are here already and are citizens, I guess they're here to stay. But the ones that are coming here with the hopes to become a citizen, I don't think it's going to happen anymore. Now, there's a lot of things that have made this clear to me. For example, people are showing up to their court dates to report. Illegals are, right? And when they're showing up to court, they're being arrested and deported. So you're showing up doing what you're supposed to do, and you're still being deported, okay? Now, if you don't show up to court, what's going to happen? You're going to definitely get deported for not reporting, okay? So the point is, it's obvious that illegal immigration is not what's going to be happening in America anymore, okay? And you're lying to yourself if you think this is going to get better. And you're lying to yourself if you think protesting in the street is going to do anything at all. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to change anything, okay? The change in America is here to stay. And I think it's wiser for you to grab your family and yourself and leave willingly. Because if you leave willingly, there's going to be a lot less damage done to you and your family. If you don't leave willingly and ICE finds you, they're going to tear your family apart. They're going to put you all in different detention centers all across the country and ship you off to different places because they've already got arrangements where they can ship you to countries that you don't even belong to. It will be absolute horror for you if you wait for that. It's better if you just leave on your own. And I think that's what the federal government is trying to encourage with all these tactics, is to get people to just want to leave on their own. And if you think your immigration lawyer is going to help you, they're not going to help you. I think that what's going to happen soon is a lot of immigration law firms are going to get raided by the federal government and the attorneys arrested because they're rampant with fraud. And I think this administration is going to go after immigration attorneys pretty soon. So don't think that your immigration attorney is going to save you. They're not.
Yeah, man, the media basically tried to defund ICE. Biden neutered them. And guess what happened? Trafficking spiked, fentanyl flooded in. Cities buckled. I'm so happy that America's waking up and things are looking up. But as we see, ICE is being rearmed, reinforced, and rebooted. With a big, beautiful bill, that is. But here's the crazy part. We wouldn't have needed this escalation if the left stopped shielding criminals. I'm just saying. If anyone's screaming that's racist, let me slap you with the Democrats' voice from the 90s.
Not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more, by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
That's not Trump. That's your boy Bill. So when did this become hate speech? When did the party decide to flip the script? Huh? Don't let them rewrite history. Clinton, Obama, even Biden, pre-2020. They all agreed uncontrolled immigration is chaos. I mean, common sense would point you towards that line of thinking. It's not racist to protect your border. It's reckless not to. Now let's go deeper. The biggest lie in all this is that only Trump was evil. Here's the proof they never wanted you to see side by side. Come on, my dog, take it away.
Obama did the exact same thing Trump is doing right now. But the difference is y'all thought it was a splendid idea when he did it, but when Trump do it, you think he's racist. Why is that? Matter of fact, why is it that everything Trump does to save and help the American people, the left always finds a way to create a racist narrative? And then the little left minions on social media just take off with it. That's because they don't want what's in the best interest of American people. They just want their way. But I bet if Trump was coming out saying that people can be dogs, they'd fund this whole campaign. That's why it's got to either be right or wrong. You got to stand up for 100% right, no matter your past hate, your past bias mindset. You got to let all that go and represent right. Because the people that's fighting, they hate right. They want everything to be wrong so that they can continue to wrong you.
Obama built the cages. Trump used them. One got called Hitler. You see the game? It was never about policy. It was about who did it. Obama, hope. Trump equals hate to them. Even if they sign the same damn orders, I'm just saying, the media spin as a weapon. And they use it to disarm your logic. Let that sink in. Now watch how they twist the sympathy knob. But only for people behind bars. Oh, okay. The audio is here. My fault. It's not playing.
Please give dignity to the people. Please give dignity to the people.
So you work for the commissioner, your senior advisor. You were hired 2 weeks ago, and you're instructed to ask us to not have any pictures taken here.
Please respect the people,
because the political
rules.
leadership at DHS does not want the American people to know it.
Please respect the rules,
You keep
sir.
standing in front of the pictures, so
Please
you don't want the
respect the
pictures
rules.
taken. The rules are arbitrary, and
Please
they're
respect
designed
the
to
rules
keep
and
the
give
American
the people
in the dark.
dignity and respect. That's all we ask.
Well, no,
Dignity
it's
and
not.
respect.
You're asking, is this
Please-
dignity and respect? Look at
Please
these people.
give
There's
dignity
a
and
pandemic.
respect to the people.
Let me ask you. There's a
I
pandemic.
respectfully ask you, sir.
There is a pandemic. Is
Full-hearted,
this respecting the rights of these
full-heartedly,
kids?
I ask you. Please
Are you
respect
respecting the
people.
rights of these
This
kids?
is not a zoo, sir. Please don't treat the people.
You're right, and this is a
as such.
dangerous place.
Please don't treat the
And
people
your
like
policies,
this. That's all I ask for
unfortunately,
you,
are
sir.
trying to hide them. I understand
That's
you
all
were
I ask
instructed
you.
when 18
I
senators
ask you
came
to
down
please
here.
respect the people, give them dignity
I
and
respect them, and I
respect.
want to fix this situation.
We all wanna
and
fix
the
this, sir. We
administration
don't
you're
want
working
this to
for is
happen
responsible for these conditions.
Please respect the people with dignity and respect,
And
sir.
I ask you to respect the people as well. This
I am
is not
respecting you.
respect.
I am respecting the
This
people.
is not respect.
Wow. Trump DHS blocked Democrats from filming the outrageous conditions at a detention facility known as Alligator Alcatraz. Oops, my bad. Turns out it was actually Republican Senator Ted Cruz in 2021 trying to expose the conditions inside Obama-era cages filled with illegal immigrants under Biden. Oh, wow. Where's the empathy for ICE agents who were getting jumped for raids? Or during a raid? Was the comparison for victims of crimes by repeated deportees? I'm telling you, they only like to tell half the story because the full story makes them look complicit. You see what Obama did, but Alcatraz. Now, let me show you exactly how these apps are trying to block real criminals and real arrests, y'all. Now, I don't know if this music is copywritten or not, but ICE arrests 24 illegals in Michigan. 24 criminals. Not chose volunteers, not honest students. These are people with records. Many of them deported before, came back, and some of y'all want to warn them. Y'all trying to get them a warning? Since when is helping fugitives a noble thing? Now, here's the final nail. If you still think these apps are harmless, watch who ICE caught last.
All right, we're backing up. If I get it? Yeah. Can I?
Let me tell you who this man is. So, this man killed somebody in another country. He got in the Oz undetected. ICE tracked him down. And if he had used one of these apps, the family probably would have never seen, that family would never see justice. The murderer just blends in. That blood stays spilled. And we're going to keep calling this activism. Are we going to keep calling this activism? Seriously? Or call it what it is? Accessory to evil. Yeah. You know, if let me get my thoughts together. I don't know, man. Should this developer be arrested? Let me know in the comments. No one builds an app to help drunk drivers dodge DUI checkpoints. You know what I'm saying? Nobody builds an app to warn stores when shoplifters are coming. So why is it okay when it's ICE? I don't know, because maybe the game ain't about rights no more. It's about who gets to break the law without consequence. Look, y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life. Peace.